Welcome to another episode. This is a gear roundup review today.
A gear review roundup.
A gear review roundup.
This is the part of the show where I show Denae the ways that I've spent our children's college fund. So today we've got some really cool gear. I'm really excited to show Denae some of the toys. Some of them she's seen, a couple of them she has not. And to tell you guys what we think of this stuff. But before we do that, we do need to remind everybody about the contest.
Yes.
Do you want to tell
them
about
Do good with your camera. Hashtag do good with your camera and dogoodwithyourcamera.com to learn more.
Yeah, and if you share that URL and hashtag, you could win an XT100 Fuji kit. Yep. But more importantly, we hope that you'll go out and do good with your camera. There's only 7 days left, or I don't know when this video will go out. Only a few days left. But one thing I wanted to announce is that we've lightened up on the restrictions for submission. Before it was pretty strict as far as showing evidence that you were at the event or whatever it was. I've lightened those up a little bit because enough people were saying, well, I would submit, but your restrictions are a little strict. Part of that is just fear on my part of, I've seen so many photo contests where people have submitted fakes or forgeries or cheated in some way. And that's something we certainly want to avoid, especially with a contest that's designed to do good. So anyway, we've relaxed the requirements a little bit, but yeah, December 10th, deadline.
Do it.
And then the other thing I wanted to announce is that we're going to be doing a Q&A question. I haven't even told you this, but we're going to do a Q&A episode because we do it at the end of every year where we ask you to give us questions and we answer them. And maybe we'll give something away. I haven't really thought it through. Yeah, so leave us some questions below or, wherever, Instagram, Twitter, you can do that too. We never check Twitter though, so don't do that. Okay, so you ready?
Yeah.
First thing I'm most excited to show you, I've been keeping this a secret from Denae for a while.
How long?
Well, you knew I was ordering a new camera
Yeah.
that I ordered in October, right? But
Yeah.
I didn't tell you anything about it.
Yeah.
And Denae does not look online at gear stuff, right? I mean, that's...
No.
But I, on the other hand, spend a lot of time on the forums online researching new things. And I was really excited about this for a while, but I purposely haven't told Denae anything about it. And I knew she wouldn't find anything out about it because she doesn't check FujiRumors.com or anything like that. So this camera, before I show it to you and let you play with it and feel it and tell everyone what you think,
Yeah.
I have to warn you. You're going to be judged by how you react to this camera.
I'm sure.
This has been the most controversial Fuji gear, whatever, I've ever seen. People are so polarized by this camera. I think it's hilarious.
And I'm anxious to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, I'll tell you mine. And I'm actually going to, I'll do some some full reviews on it. Yeah. But anyway, you'll be judged, just so you know. Be ready for the hate. Good. Well, depending on what you say. There it is.
This is the new camera.
Yeah.
The X Pro 3. Wow. Well, it looks cool.
Do you want to compare it to the XT3? This is the XT3, which you're used to, of course.
Yeah. Huh. I think I like the look of the front of it.
The lines.
It's very modern and minimalism.
Hold it up to your eye.
Wow, the screen on the back is so little. What the... Interesting.
What do you think?
Can I push that up?
Like slide it back in?
Yeah.
Huh. I would never have expected that or thought about that.
So this is the screen you get to look at?
What do you think about that?
It's so little. Why all this wasted space right here? That is so interesting.
So she's talking about of course, what do they call this?
But can you do that on the front of it? You have to fold it down.
The sub monitor, yeah. You have to fold what down?
Like if you're taking a picture?
Yeah, you will never see anything on this other than...
No way.
Well, you actually can switch this to one other thing. Let me show you what you can change it to.
I'm not one for like huge change. I have a hard time with big change. That's what it can be at.
It looks like an old school film patch.
Oh my gosh. well, that's kind of fun, but I want to see the picture I just took. And I don't want to, like, risk breaking this and having that down all the time. I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah, you're in good company. There are many other people who share that sentiment.
Not tell us that they would have that like that?
What do you mean?
We didn't know what the camera would look like before we ordered it.
Oh, I did.
You did?
I certainly did, yeah.
Wow.
What do you think about the placement of that viewfinder?
Yeah, it's different. It's clear to the side. So you've got your, like, hand here. And you're like, yeah, that takes some getting used to. Mm-hmm. Your nose doesn't hit the screen, though.
Yeah, unless you're left eye dominant.
Oh, yeah. That's funny. Huh. That's super interesting.
Well, you remember shooting with the XE3 when we had that. That was the same way.
Interesting. Okay, and then this. What the?
She's trying to adjust the shutter right now.
What the?
You gotta push it down to turn it.
This down and turn it?
To like turn the shutter. And then
so it automatically locks.
Yeah, it's always locked.
Oh, that's actually good.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
That's fine. But then how do I change?
ISO?
Yeah.
It's like the old days. You lift up.
What the? Oh my gosh, that's... No. Are you serious?
That's not... This is actually not new. The X-Pro 2 and I think 1 had that too.
No way, Andrew. This is not very convenient or quick.
No.
If you're in a hurry and taking like family portraits and you run into this shade or whatever, you're changing your settings, that's obnoxious right there.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, if it gets amazing, if it's a huge upgrade.
It's not. This is essentially the exact same camera. The internals are nearly the same. There are a few features that are new. You're like, I love this reaction. This is exactly what I expected from her, by the way. I may be a little more emotion than I expected.
Are you kidding me? I wanted to get up and walk out. Like,
are you mad at me for buying it, or are you mad at Fuji for making it?
Both. I'm mad at both. Oh my gosh, Andrew.
I love it.
I seriously wanted to get up and walk out. No comment. If it's not like, I'm like, okay, I could put up with the stupid dials if it were a huge upgrade and it were worth it. Mm-hmm. That's not worth it. And the fact that the screen is an idiot screen.
An idiot screen.
I'm so mad at it. This is ridiculous. Oh my gosh, don't choke.
So do you want to know why I like it?
Yeah.
Or what I like about it so far?
Tell me what you like about it, because so far it's got a big fat 0 for me.
Well, I don't want to spoil too much of my review because I am going to go way in depth in the future for these folks. Yeah. And decide if we're going to keep it or not. Yeah. I literally got this today. A lot of people have had it. Ooh, that is really dusty. A lot of people have had this a lot longer than I have. So I reserve judgment completely until I've really played with it. Mm-hmm. But the reasons I've stated before on the channel, which a lot of people did not like me for saying, that I like it for is, like, number one, I don't want to look at the photos when I shoot. I never look at the photos. I don't think it's bad to. Like, there's a negative connotation, right? Chimping. Right. And actually, I know you do that a lot more. You like to look back at the photos. Yeah. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that, to be clear. There's some people who think, oh, you can't do that. In fact, the designers of this camera had that in mind. We're going to limit people's ability to chimp by designing it this way on purpose. I don't feel like that's Fuji's job to determine. And I feel like that's a little patronizing, maybe, to force that on people. Of course, you don't have to buy this camera. Right. But the reason I like it is not because of those things. I love it because it's fast. The only time I need this to flip down is when I'm shooting from the hip, which I do a lot with kids, documentary work. When I bring it down, I love that I can just go one move.
Yeah.
And it's down. With this one, the XT3, I actually hate it. You pull it out and then you go down, and look how much of the screen is covered by that view, by the EVF.
That's a good point.
You can't see it all. You can't see any controls up top or any of the dials up top. This is so much better. It's just, I love it. So at least I think I do. Again, I reserve judgment until I've shot with it for more than a day. But that's what I love about it. That is the number one selling point for me for this camera. There's a lot of other pros and cons, but that's all I want to say for now. But yeah, for event work, I'm excited about it. So yeah.
Good, I'm glad you're excited about it.
I know this is not the camera for you.
Nope.
So
I love to chimp.
Yeah. And you love this, right? The XT3.
And I love the XT3.
And you can see how much we love
and
it.
The
It's
dials,
super worn.
It's super worn out. The dials are so easy to change and switch, and you can lock it if you want to, and not lock it if you don't want to.
Right.
And very accessible.
I also like that it's made of titanium. This is a magnesium alloy. It's not as durable as titanium. And it's, I mean,
but does that really affect? It's like probably heavier. Is that really?
It's not heavier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe tiny bit. No.
No,
Maybe
these
not.
lenses are essentially the same
Okay.
weight, so you can
All
tell.
right.
They're about they're about the same.
I was gonna say maybe if it's heavier, it falls harder.
That's a good point.
But
yeah, I feel like maybe this is going to be more durable. This is.
But if you drop it, you drop it, and you can break something. It just depends on how it's.
The dropping's not the only thing. And you remember how many issues we had with the XT2? We had so many issues.
Yeah, we did.
That was in the shop twice, and it needs to go back a third time. But I haven't wanted to pay for that camera essentially twice. XT3 so far has done really well. They've improved a lot about it, but I'm still nervous because it's not made in Japan. That's a trigger for some people saying that. This is... the fact that it's using titanium makes me feel like, well, maybe they're taking this a little bit more serious than they have with some of their other cameras in the past.
They're upping the quality on it.
I hope. And so that's why I'm willing to invest in it, because if it means it's not going to be... I mean, if we have to put one of our cameras in the shop, that's a big deal, right?
Yeah.
Because the Fuji North America service center is ridiculous.
It takes forever.
Yeah, it takes... Although... There's been one exception. I just sent a lens in, our 16 to 55 2.8, and that came out. They got that back within a week. I was blown away.
It's amazing.
But the last time we sent the XT2 in, it was gone for a month, and I didn't hear anything from them. I had to hound them to get it back, and it really hurt because at the time we only had that was our main camera. But anyway, those are some things I'm excited about for this camera. But don't worry. You don't have to shoot with it if you don't want to. So that's that. Before we talk about another camera and give Denae a chance to cool off from the rage.
Digest this information.
This is I've told you about this one. This is a bag. And I've used Hazard 4 bags for a long time. I really like sling bags. They have my heart when it comes to photography because they're tactical. You can swing them around and have access to all your gear right there at your chest. You can move quickly. At event work, oh man, I love it. And just really anything. I'll even hike with this sling bag even though it's off balance if I can get away with it. But sometimes you just need a backpack, you just need to travel. And I've always just made do with kind of crappy bags that have never really worked very well. So finally, we've got a Hawaii trip coming. And I finally said, you know what, for this Hawaii trip, I just want a bag that'll work.
This is awesome. I think this is so waterproof. It actually may be raining while we're in Hawaii. So.
It does, and it has, at the bottom, it actually has a pouch for a rain jacket that you can put on it, so you just kind of always have that on there.
And so it comes with the rain jacket?
Yeah, it's in here.
Awesome.
I won't pull it out because it's...
This part's on your back, nice and cozy.
Yes, it is. It feels so good.
It does look like it feels really nice.
And the quality seems very amazing. This is, I didn't say what it was. This is by Wandered. This is the Provoke. bag. I heard a lot of good things about it. The main reason I was attracted to this bag is because what I love about sling bags is that I can sling it around and pull out gear, pull out my camera. That is like the biggest reason. The thing that I like more than anything, or that I wanted this bag for, was for side access. That's the biggest thing for me, is being able to sling that bag around and pull out a camera. I've missed shots. I missed lots of shots traveling because my camera was buried somewhere. So this has it. Now, that's the one thing though that I'm worried about, is this big enough? It's not as big as I thought it would be, this little compartment.
Yeah.
So while this looks cool in just about every other way,
well, you just move these down.
that's not the problem. It's not the depth, it's the width. And I'm gonna reveal this a little early. This is the GFX R. It doesn't fit very well, right? Not that this is the camera I would use, but just as an example, if you're using a big DSLR, something large, this is not gonna get in there very well. So not excited about that as much. I don't know. I mean, if you look at the X-Pro 3 on the other hand, it's okay. I don't like that it'll rub though. I mean, it is titanium, but this is the black paint, and it's gonna scratch. Like, this will scratch probably more than the XT3, because I didn't get that hardened paint that costs $200 extra. That's ridiculous. I don't like it, but anyway, that's another story. It's probably, I don't like that about it. But other than that, it looks beautiful. The other thing I really like about it is this top part. It's a roll top, so you can expand this out and look, you know, just tons of, that's where all the clothes can go. And it can, you know, you can just attach it wherever you need it to be.
That's awesome.
So as variable
Sizes.
storage.
Yeah.
The other thing I thought I would like about it is you can yank this out. This is called the Photo Cube. Yank this.
Like almost waterproof. That's amazing.
Yeah, I think that they do some water sealing on those zippers, or some whatever, weather sealing. You can pull this out, and this is the Photo Cube Pro, they call this. And so all of your gear can actually pull out into its own bag.
What?
And you can attach straps and make this a backpack.
Stop it.
So I was hoping that, you know, I could use that. Like, I could take the gear out, keep my clothes and laptop separate, and just be able to take this out. But it's really a big pain to get it in and out. And I can't even imagine how hard it would be with gear in here. It'd be falling all over the place.
Right.
So you'd have to pull the gear out and put it back in. So I'm kind of disappointed by that too. I haven't used this yet in the field. Those are just my first impressions. The only other bag I've seen that can compete with this is the Peter McKinnon one that he just came out with, but that's not available till like April or something, and we need it for the Hawaii trip. So yeah, excited to try it anyway. Next thing I wanted to talk about is the SANDMARC action gear filters. They sent this to me and asked me to do a review. I don't normally do that for people, like just wanting to send us gear, unless it's something I think we could use. And I've already used this and been very pleased with it. I used this on when Noah and I went to Zion up to northern Utah. The reason I love these ND filters, they are fixed ND filters, meaning they're not a variable ND, but they are a polarizer built in. So they have 3 different filters as part of this set. This is the ND 16, 32, and 64. And I love them because you get the ND for your video work, which cuts the light out, allows you to shoot with a slower shutter speed, but it has a polarizer built in, so it gets rid of the sheen on like reflective surfaces. So if it's really bright outside, there's plants, you know, they're waxy, you get this really bright sheen. So even though you have an ND, sometimes it can not look very good and be distracting, but this really cuts that out, or it can. Of course, the obvious place to use this is more in landscape photography work, which I haven't had a chance to try yet. But for vlogging, like and video work. So I do recommend these, and I'm gonna be using them more. Excited about them. So the next thing I want to talk about are the Sony Tough SD cards. I was sold these at a camera store, and I was told that these would do better than your average SD card, because as you know, Denae, we've had a lot of issues with SD cards failing, more than most people it seems like. I don't know if I'm just bad luck or what. But this is supposed to be, more weather sealed or weather resistant, and it's a very fast, very, very good card, the specs. What I hate about it is that it's really difficult to get in things. Like when I put it in my laptop, if I use a normal SD card, when you slide a normal SD card in, it just goes right in. But for whatever reason, this, and I think it has to do with, you pointed this out, Denae, has to do with this little ledge that it has. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I mean,
this
it's even
just
more
totally
than that.
Smooth.
I think it's also like less rounded. It's more angular, maybe even a little thicker. I don't know what it is, but it drives me crazy because it'll get a little bit like jammed in things, like getting it out of cameras into laptops.
That can't be good for it.
Yeah, that's what I worry, right? Like, is that bad for it that it does that? Anyway, so that's all I have to say about it. Yeah, not my favorite thing. So anyway, one last thing I want to show to you, Denae. Sorry, were you going to say something?
Nope.
Last thing I wanted to show you. Well, you already know. You shot with this.
It's a beast.
It's a beast. But we haven't talked about it much. I gave this to you. Today was running out the door to a photo shoot. Or not really a photo shoot. You're visiting a friend who had just had a baby. And you took some photos. And I handed this to you with like no instruction. Just like, hey, go shoot with this, see what you think. What were your thoughts? I'm
kind of lightweight. I've been spoiled with the light Fuji cameras, and this is really heavy. Other than that, though, it was great. Yeah.
What did you think about the image quality and whatnot?
It's beautiful. Yeah, it's really nice. Yeah, it was awesome. The back of the screen, it did take a second to adjust to. I don't know why. It feels like it just took me a second to get adjusted to cropping it for some reason. I don't know
to
why.
Cropping it?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, that's actually because I don't have native glass for this. If I got the actual lenses made for this, which I don't have yet because they're really expensive, it wouldn't do that vignetting that you're seeing.
Oh,
so yeah, that's the one thing we have to do is we have to picture a crop, because right now I have this on a Voigtlander 51.2 Nocton.
Okay.
And so that's going to get some vignetting at certain focal distances. Not all. Well, it'll get vignetting, but not actually less than I thought there would be. Yeah. So that was, you didn't like that because you had to plan for a little crop, right?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, and the only reason I bought this, I actually wasn't planning. I did a poll of you guys, and I asked, because I was trying to decide between these two.
Yeah.
And 60% actually voted for
That's
the
close,
GFX.
Though. 60 and 40.
40 said, and maybe because a lot of people don't like this one. I don't know. But yeah, a lot of people are excited to hear our thoughts on this system. But I wasn't planning on it. I had decided I was going to go with the X Pro 3 because I just didn't feel like it was responsible yet. Like someday we'll do more medium format. But I got this literally half off from retail. And so I just jumped on it. So yeah, no lenses yet. Someday when we can have some more cash in the coffers. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty remarkable. I feel like they're completely different situations when you would use one versus the other. We actually took this on a photo shoot on accident.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We were shooting a portrait session, and I meant to bring the X-T3 and this, I was going to play with this. And I left the X Pro 3 in the office. We got there way early. We had time to go back, but you didn't want to.
We didn't. We didn't have time.
Oh, yeah, you were going to have to go, and I was going to have to start the shoot.
Yeah.
But we were just like, meh, we're here.
Yeah.
Let's just use it.
Yeah.
But it worked out.
Yeah.
I think what I had to get used to, and I thought I was accounting for, but not enough, was the depth of field difference. Like I needed to go way wider than I was. Because I went like full frame depth of field, which isn't enough because this is more than full frame, the sensor. So there's a little softness more than what I want in some of the photos we delivered, but the client, they loved them.
They turned out good.
Yeah, they turned out pretty good. Well, they were beautiful. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I got them back, and what you can do with those raw files just blew me away. Like the flexibility, the dynamic range. And I was able to crop just crazy ways creatively after. That was exciting to me, that I could just kind of scoot back and worry about dialing in some of those compositions later, especially with like the little kids. They had 4 little kids. They're some of them more crazier than the others, but being able to just kind of shoot wide and then decide how to crop that later was helpful. Anyway, excited to do more with this though, but I think that's it. Yeah.
Sweet.
That's all the new gear.
Yeah.
Any last words for our friends? Oh, that one cut off. That's okay.
No.
No. Give us some questions, guys, for our Q&A that we'll do.
Coming up.
We're going to be going to Hawaii in how many days?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah. 14 days. We're counting down.
We'll be there for a week. We're bringing the children. We may be insane.
It'll be so fun.
Yeah. So we'll plan on doing some episodes out there for sure, and shooting more with these cameras and having fun. So, yeah.
Remember, kindness before cameras. Thanks for watching.
Bye.